This morning for you on Daybreak, September is Hunger Action Month. We'll explain what's happening and how you can help families in the Ozarks.
And President Trump's executive order on payroll taxes starts today. We'll explain how it works and how it can impact businesses and employees.
Also, the city of St. Louis mourns the loss of a young police officer and father. We'll have that story and more coming up this hour for you on Daybreak.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Today is Tuesday, September 1st. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And I'm Joe Morano. A lot to get to over the course of the next hour as we get you set for the start of a new month. Right?
A new month, meteorological fall, as I learned this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. And as you said, Elisa, temperatures are kind of feeling like fall too, right?
At least kind of this week, definitely maybe by next week. We'll be trending below average for sure.
And some areas in the Ozarks already waking up to wet roads this morning, right?
Yeah, finally, right? Some much needed rain. We're getting some wet roads in Branson this morning as we've got some moderate showers moving through. It is 68 degrees with the humid dew points. We've got some moderate rain coming down on the streets. There have even been some lightning strikes in some of this rain. The heaviest rain, though, is to the south in Arkansas. You can see the rain is a little bit lighter as you get up into Missouri. But in Arkansas, we've had some issues with flash flooding. A flash flood warning continues until 9:15 for parts of Johnson and Logan counties, where another 1 to 3 inches of rain is possible on top of some of this heavy rain. The heaviest rain is south of the state line, right near Mountain Home and Yellville and Harrison. That's where you got some more of those downpours. The rain turns a little bit more moderate and lighter as you get from Branson and up towards Springfield. But we are looking at least a good rain, a coating of rain out there this morning, which we need. It is 70 degrees in Springfield and 68 degrees in Fort Leonard Wood. Starting out with wet roads this morning, we'll keep the possibility of wet roads through the afternoon with some showers and storms possible. If the kiddos are homeschooling today, you'll find some clouds and showers outside of the window. Temperatures up around 80 degrees. If you're headed into school, grab the umbrella. You'll have that shower chance through dismissal. We're tracking a couple of more storm chances before we dry out. A Labor Day sneak peek, all that coming up in 10 minutes.
New this morning for you, September is Hunger Action Month, which is a call for people to help those in need. Nigel McDonald met with Ozarks Food Harvest and joins us now live to explain how you can help the Ozarks. Nigel, good morning to you.
Yeah, Joe. Well, good morning. Ozarks Food Harvest serves 28 counties in our area, and the group's largest program is its weekend backpack program. Now, this works to ensure that kids have food when they don't have access to school breakfast and lunch over the weekends. Now, Jordan Browning works for the nonprofit and says they partner with some local restaurants for a month-long fundraising event called Cheers for Children. Now, $1 from every featured drink will go towards supporting this program. Browning says the event not only helps kids in need, but also supports restaurants that might have been impacted by COVID-19.
It's one of our most expensive programs to do because we do a lot of single-use items, and we do make sure that it goes with all of the USDA nutrition guidelines, making sure that the ingredients are whole grain, making sure that there's fruits, vegetables, and protein options in there as well. And so right now we do 1,600 children over the entire school year. So that's more than 58,000 bags. We've been able to still get out those backpacks every weekend, even during the shutdowns due to COVID.
Well, again, as Browning mentioned, those monetary donations really mean a lot for the group. They can take your $1 when you purchase that featured worth of meals for families. Now go ahead and visit our website at ozarksfirst.com for a complete list of local restaurants that are participating in this month-long event. Reporting live in Springfield, Nigel McDonald, Ozarks First.
One of President Trump's executive orders to help businesses and employees during the pandemic begins today. It's the payroll tax deferral the president signed earlier this month. We talked with Michelle Smith. She's a CPA and a manager that specializes in taxes. She says the executive order allows employers and employees to defer having Social Security taxes taken out of each paycheck through the end of the year. Employees who defer would see a boost in paychecks until the end of the year, but would receive smaller take-home pay for the first 4 months of 2021. She says while more money now and less money later might sound good, to make sure you weigh your options fully.
By and large, we are not advising it to our clients. It's always a very slippery slope whenever you choose not to remit your payroll taxes, because they are ultimately due. If those funds are used up and then the day of reckoning comes in, January 21, where you owe those taxes to the IRS and you don't have those funds available, then you're still going to be liable for them. There's also the concern that what if an employee leaves before December 31st? Well, the employer is ultimately responsible for remitting those taxes. Understanding the risks of the options that you have set before you and the benefits before you decide to make the choice to move forward is really what's at hand here.
Now, it is the business's decision to participate in the deferral, and she says if an employer decides to participate but an employee does not want to, an arrangement can be made between the employee and the employer to still have those taxes taken out of each paycheck.
Signs of mourning hang over St. Louis for now as the city has lost a young police officer and father. Officer Tamaris Bohannon was shot and killed this weekend. He and another officer were responding to a shooting call that happened on Saturday night. A 43-year-old suspect ordered a family out of their home at gunpoint, barricaded himself inside, and then shot the officers. Bohannon was 29. He leaves behind a wife, a daughter, and 2 sons. Former St. Louis County Police Chief Ron Battelle presented Bohannon's family with a $10,000 check to help with expenses.
We're with them forever, I always say, and we try to portray that to them, that, we're going to get through this together, and there's going to be bumps in the road, and we're going to help you through those times.
Battelle is part of the Backstoppers, who give financial and emotional support to the families of fallen first responders in the St. Louis area. As of last night, the suspect has not yet been charged.
A Missouri nonprofit group is raising money to help victims of human trafficking. According to the Human Trafficking Hotline, in 2019, there were more than 300 reported cases of trafficking in Kansas and Missouri. Rended Heart, a nonprofit based in Kansas City, helps women coming out of trafficking with housing, food, clothing, and skills training. The group's director, Denise Lester, says beyond helping victims, there is much work to do on the other side of trafficking as well.
We actually have to hit the demand. What is going on in the demand side of things that is causing the need to purchase a child for sex or purchase a woman for sex?
Rended Heart has set a fundraising goal of $200,000 by midnight on Sunday to help other human trafficking victims, and their website is rendedheart.org.
We've got rain coming down pretty good in Springfield, some wet roads downtown. We've got some moderate showers coming through Springfield, but some flash flooding concerns in northern Arkansas, where warnings go until 9:15 this morning. The latest on storm chances coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Alisa Rafa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.